One of the most asked questions on this channel about making money on Binance is how to start a P2P business or how to become a merchant so that you can make money. In this video, I want to show you how you can be able to start even if you do not have a lot of capital. But the caveat is the more capital you have and the more strict you are with the business, then you will be able to make a lot of money. If that's interesting, subscribe to the channel. Let's get those credits rolling. In order to be able to even go through this, you need a Binance verified account. How you can be able to get that, please go to the description below or the pinned comment and sign up for Binance. That is a step you have to do before you can be able to learn the next bits in this particular video. In order to verify the account, you need to input either your national ID, your passport, or driving license, and then you'll be able to follow through with this particular tutorial that I'm showing you right now. For the people who have been on Binance, then one of the first places you probably go to almost every single time is under the funding wallet on P2P. P2P stands for peer-to-peer, which means that you are transacting with someone else on the Binance platform and not Binance itself. So that means there is someone else, especially from your country, who is on the other side of this particular transaction. So in the first case, if I want to buy USDT, that means there is another user on the platform who is selling USDT. If I am selling Bitcoin, then that means that on the other side, there is someone else who wants to buy Bitcoin. And in the middle of so many transactions, there are people who are called traders or merchants. And there is a difference, even though a little slight, in just the level of that particular person on the platform. A merchant usually has gone through additional verifications on the platform, is a little more trusted on the platform, and this person has a check mark next to their name, and you'll see in a moment. And the traders there are working towards becoming merchants. Of course, there are so many other intricate details on the side of becoming a trader or the level of merchant that you can be. But for us, because we are just getting started, what we'll do is we'll go under P2P. You'll be able to see a screen that looks like this. The first thing that you can do is at the top here, click on P2P, and there are different forms of P2P trading zones. So there's Express, there's P2P, there's block trade, and there's cash. But that's not the point of this video. We want to create an ad. So go under ads here, and I can be able to post an ad. If this is not yet enabled for you, then that means that you're a very new user on the platform, and how you can be able to get this enabled is you need to just do other transactions with traders so that this gets enabled. The last time I checked, it was 20 transactions. It may have changed, I am not sure, but click here on post ad. And once you post ad, here you'll now be able to start having your ads be seen by people on the platform. So I'll click on what do you want to do? I want to buy. So this is actually on the action that you want to do. So when I click on I want to buy USDT, that means that I have local currency. If I want to sell USDT, that means I have USDT and I want local currency. So I'll click on I want to sell here so that you show up on the buy page. And the asset here can be USDT, it can be BTC, it can be BNB. But the first thing that ideally you should change here is your currency. So I'll change it to KES. And then you'll actually start seeing the tokens that are available in your country. So in my case here, I want to say BTC, and the fiat here is Kenya shilling. And the next step here is really important, the price type. So here under price type, there are two types. There is fixed and there is floating. So I'll read for you the definitions. Fixed price type is you set a constant price that is unaffected by market fluctuations. Then the second is a floating price type, which specifies a dynamic price. The floating price is a market price times a price margin. So what typically I would do is, if I am dealing with a crypto other than USDT or USDC, I place floating. Why? Because the price keeps fluctuating and you don't want to sell at a huge loss just because of the fluctuations. Because once someone has picked your ad, if the price has changed, there's nothing you can do if you put fixed. So here, I'll actually come here and say I want to do it at 101, which means that at the market price, which is 12.475 for BTC, I will make a 1% profit. And then I can be able to go under next here, and it will tell me to put in what amount of BTC I have, and we can be able to say here just one, and of course it's not there right now, but then I'll be able to put in from 1,000, that's the minimum, and the maximum here, usually the default is 200,000. However, you can change this to 50,000. So what that means, or even 5,000. So what that means is the people who will be buying on your ad are buying between 1,000 and the maximum that you have placed. We can say here 50,000. And the payment method now here, you add whichever payment method you want people to be able to use. And here under payment method, you just click on add. If you haven't yet placed a payment method, it will prompt you to be able to do that. And then the next thing is on payment time limit. So here, this is the amount of time either you or the trading partner that you have has to be able to complete a trade. Typically, I keep it at 15 minutes so that the person on the other side doesn't hold your crypto in escrow for a very long time when they are not doing the trade. After 15 minutes, if it is not completed, the order is cancelled. And then when I click on next, it will actually post the ad. Now, if I want to make sure that my ads are profitable, what should I do? The first thing that you can do is place two separate ads, one on the buy side and one on the sell side. And you make sure that you are making a margin on both sides. So for instance, if I have USDT in this case, and I want to buy USDT for Kenya shillings, what I can actually do is I know the price, the highest here is 134. I want to be able to buy. So what I'll do here is I'll buy at 128.5, for instance. And that allows me to buy it at 125. When I go to sell, I can now say I want to sell it at 129.5, meaning that for every USDT, I will be making a shilling. Of course, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is that there is a competition with the people that are on the platform. So you need to make sure that you are also competitive so that you get many more trades and you make more money. But that always comes with experience. You will not be able to learn it just from one video, but that is a simple way on how you can be able to start a P2P business. Now, the bigger question that usually comes when I do such a video is, how much money does someone need in order to be able to do this kind of a business? The first thing that you need to understand is this is not a get rich quick on the platform. This is a daily job that you go and do, and you make sure that you are keeping your math so that you do not lose money. One of the expenses that usually happens in the P2P business is usually around money transfers, and that fee that exists for how you will be able to do this transaction. So for instance, if you are buying USDT and you have the local currency, then the mobile platform may actually charge you an amount. So you need to make sure that whatever you are spending to buy the USDT plus the cost of transferring that money to your trade partner is covered by the other transaction that you will do on the other side. So that means that you need to keep your money in check so that you always know how much money have I spent, what is the current profit that I have, in order to be able to make this a very profitable business. Secondly, you need to start with an amount. Usually I advise for people to start with around $200 and above so that you will be able to start seeing a good profit margin for every time that money goes through. But for most people who are on the platform who are doing this business, many of them are doing it with over $1,000 and above. And that's how they're able to make up some margin every single day. So for instance, someone who's doing $1,000 worth of stock, for every time they do that $1,000, they make around $10. And then they go again and do it again. So in a day, depending on how busy they are or how competitive their prices are, they can make anywhere between $50 and $100 on a very good day. Of course, these are assumptions based on how active that person is and how competitive their rates are as compared to what other people are doing on the platform. But this is a business that if you do consistently, it can actually make you money. And I know there are people who have been doing this for the past 3 or 4 years on the platform. They have actually grown on the platform and they have made a lot of money on the platform because they show up every single day. So being a P2P merchant is a business that people can be able to do. And if you're curious about other features on the Binance platform, check out this playlist that is showing up here, and I'll see you in the next one.